It's Motorcycle Men.
Hello, boys and girls. It's Ted from the Motorcycle Men podcast, and out for a little cruise, post-work ride. Traffic light. Just felt the need to get out, you know. Riding once a week just isn't enough. You know, now that I've been working from home, there's like no need to go out. No. Don't need work as an excuse to go ride my bike. No, not at all. Anyway, here I am on me and Sugar out for a little ride. And just wanted to bring up a couple things, mostly about the videos. Woo, she's dirty. She needs to be clean. I got caught in a little bit of rain on Monday when we did the podcast and coming back. Well, it rained while we were doing the podcast. I didn't know it. And my helmet filled with water because it was hanging off my highway peg. That's it. And it got soaked, actually filled with water. So she's a little dirty, got spots all over her. Anyway, so me and Sugar are out for just a little post-work ride before dinner. I could have gone for a bicycle ride tonight and done 25, 28 miles, whatever, but I abused myself over the last few days on the bike, on the bicycle that is. So I'm going to do this. Okay. My blinker on. Well, you know, that's the only flaw with the self-canceling signals is that you kind of forget with the Harley-Davidson that it cancels by itself, and you know it does, so it cancels by itself, but what you forget is that unless if you actually made a turn, it won't cancel. Not right away anyway. So I think it's got a 1 minute cancel. If you don't cancel, it cancels by itself. But, which I've never tested actually. But it's so ordinarily at that place where I just like veer off to one side, I usually automatically turn it off by myself, but I was talking so my brain wasn't involved. Anyway, so I thought I'd come out for a little post-work ride and talk to you folks. I know I don't have a lot of viewers. I know I have a lot of people who subscribe and follow the channel, and that's my fault. My fault. And I tell you why, and you know why it's my fault. It's my fault because, well, I have been very inconsistent with releasing videos, and it's nobody's fault but my own. And I have to change that. If I want the channel to grow, if I want this to help the podcast, I have to change my habits with regard to videos. one of the habits that I have to change is the content of the videos. Now, if you watched the last video, you saw how chock full of cute little information I put all over that video. Everything from, God, everything about, you know, the Pine Barrens and the bald eagle I saw, and about, you know, senior citizen developments in the state. I mean, while it's all cool information and it's fun to see that pop up, it makes the video very interesting. It is an absolute tremendous amount of work, and it takes a long time to do. And I've been, believe it or not, I have been working on a second video to follow that, and it's just taking me weeks to do, because I do have a full-time job, and of course I got the podcast, and then I have interviews to do for the podcast, and then I have music I do, and then I have artwork that I do, and then I have gaming that I like to do, and then I have well, I've got the ranch that I go to every 2 weeks, so that dedicates time for that. And then I've got CAD work to do for work, and CAD work that I do for freelance. So I got a full plate, and plus, not to mention that there's TV time with the little woman, all right, and there's also animal time. So my plate is not just full; my plate is overflowing. I've got 5 plates in front of me that are all full. So for me to do these really elaborate, fantastic, content-filled videos, I just can't. I just don't have the time to do that. And I really enjoy doing that, but I just don't have the time to do it. So what's going to happen now to these videos, just like what you're seeing here, they're going to be short. They're going to be less than 15 minutes. They're going to have some basic information, just like a chit-chat, me going out and chatting with you folks. That's about it. You know, tell you about the bike, I tell you about the riding in my area where I am, and all that crap. You know, it's just, I just can't do those elaborate videos while I like it, because I wish it's not my full-time job. I wish it was, but it's not. And until I hit the lottery, which I play every day, I'm not going to be able to do it. So here I am out on Sugar. This route that I'm taking, that I leave from my house, is, I live in a little town called Brick, New Jersey. It's along the Jersey Shore. And you go 10 minutes from where I'm located, and you're into farmland, you're into a very rural setting. So that's what I'm doing on this road. That's what I usually like to do if I don't have a lot of time, or if I just want to get out on the bike and just do some time. I just hit that. You know, it's a nice little 25-mile loop. It's not a lot, but it's enough. And sometimes that's all you need. You just need to get out on the bike, and you just need to just get some time in. You know, that's just it. You just gotta have to get your wheels turning. Doggies! Oh, a little Sheltie! Shelties are cool dogs. They're really smart. They're fun. They're very loyal. If you want a very loyal, obedient dog, you get a Sheltie. They love their owners. They're very loyal. I can't express that enough. And they're tremendously smart. They're very smart dogs. They only have one flaw. Shelties have one flaw. Pay attention to this. It's very important, because if you get a Sheltie, you're going to have to know this. Shelties always have something to say. That's right, boys and girls. They love to bark. Everything not necessarily upsets them, but they have something to say. I can't walk into my house without my Sheltie, little Sadie, without her barking her freaking head off until I go up to her and pet her head and talk to her and tell her it's okay. And when anybody else, depending upon who it is, anybody else that comes into the house, they get the same treatment or worse. When I say worse, that means they just won't stop. If kids come over, oh my God, forget it. She just goes absolutely ballistic because she wants attention. And she wants to be there. She wants to be part of the party. But the other thing that Shelties do not like, Shelties don't like a lot of activity. Like if they like calm. If things are not calm in the house, like things are hectic or frantic, they don't like that. So that upsets them. So they'll bark. They'll have something to say about it. Now, if you got two Shelties, which I have never had two Shelties, I don't know if I can handle that. But if you had two Shelties in a house, they might, I don't know how they react with each other. I imagine if one barks, the other one barks. But I do know that I have 3 dogs now. Now, I have a Sheltie, and then I've got 2 golden mixes. And Sadie loves to run. She loves to run after them when they're doing things. And if what one dog does, she will bark at it. If one dog runs out of the house, she barks after them. So, again, Shelties are excellent dogs. They're very loyal, very obedient, smart as a whip, but they love to bark. So keep that in mind if you ever want to get a Sheltie. They're beautiful dogs, too. They're absolutely beautiful. They're a little high maintenance because they do have that long fur, and it does get not matted, but it's like angel hair. It gets very, I don't know, very knotted underneath. So anyway, so that's the Motorcycle Men dog ownership tips on the Sheltie. Why is it saying that? So I am using the Harley Davidson Ride app. And my phone, for some stupid reason, it's telling me that it doesn't like, there we go, that's better. It tells me, oh, see, it doesn't tell me, it doesn't like the plug that my phone is plugged into. It does that once in a while, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's the cable or if the phone's just being weird. As you can see, we're here in we're already in somewhat of a rural setting. It's good to get out and clear your head. I hate this intersection. Why do I always ride into the sun? Why? Every time I go out, I'm riding into the sun. Hate that. Tell you a little bit about myself, if you don't already know. I've been riding since 1977. Oh, yep, 77? Yeah, 77, yeah. So I got my first bike. It was a really a piece of crap. It was a Yamaha, I think a TC 125, I think that's what it was. Bought it for $400. Sold it 6 months later for $400. So, but it had issues. And after that, I actually didn't ride again for another 10 years. And I actually got my motorcycle endorsement in 1987. I'm an old fart, by the way, if you haven't figured that out already. And then I didn't ride again for, once I got my endorsement, I did all I could to try to get a bike. I so much wanted to get a Sportster. That was like my dream. I wanted to get right after it was in the 80s, all I wanted to do was get a Sportster and ride across the country. I know everybody said, why a Sportster? What? I love Sportsters. Sportsters are freaking awesome. I think it's the greatest motorcycle on the planet. It's the every bike. Remember that. It's the every bike. But so anyway, so I wanted to get a Sportster, and I was out of the Navy. I was broke, and I had a crap-paying job. I didn't have, it wasn't going nowhere, so I just couldn't afford it. But I didn't get a bike again until I rode a couple here and there, but I was never having the resources to do that. So I didn't get a bike until 2004. That's when I got a Sportster. That's when I got it. And I had that bike for 10 years. Until I got sugar. And now I'm in a pretty good place. Soccer. Never cared for soccer. Just never was my thing. What the hell? Oh, crap balls. Let me see what happens. Let me see if I can go through here. Oh, I can still go. We had a bad storm here 2 days ago. And trees and power lines were down everywhere. I was without power for 14 hours. Wow. They did a great job of not repairing this road. New Jersey's idea of road improvement is a shovel full of asphalt patted down into whatever hole they find. And that's their road improvement. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to look around my windshield because goats! Goats are so cute. That's how you get the kids interested, boys and girls. You see a kid, rev your engine. That gets them all psyched up. Hopefully what I just did right there is have that kid want to buy a motorcycle. I don't feel like stopping at the park today. I usually pull into this park and take a picture by the dock, but I don't feel like it. Well, that's it for now, boys and girls. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Again, I apologize for my inconsistency with getting videos out. I mean, nothing's going to drive the analytics nuts or the channels at all. if I don't get videos out, you know? So I need to do that better. So the way I'm going to do that is by cutting back on all the minutia that I am throwing into these videos. It's just going to be me riding and flapping my gums. That's it. I'll talk about some cool stuff. I've got reviews I have to do. I've got helmet reviews I have to do. I want to do reviews of the riding gear that I wear. I need to do reviews on a lot of things. So that's coming. And the only way that's going to happen is if I just buckle down and not get all crazy with detail. Alright? Let me know what you think. Comment down below. That's great. You know, I appreciate it. Send us an email at motomenpc@gmail.com. Go check out the website at motorcyclemen.us, and there's links to the podcast there, which is on Buzzsprout. It's also on Google Play. It's also on Pandora. It's also on Stitcher Radio, and a couple other things. But anyway, and send us an email. You know, comment down below. Let me know what you think about the videos and what I'm doing and how I'm going to be changing it. What's your thoughts? And that's it. I'm going to finish up my ride in about another half hour or so, and that is all. Thanks for coming along. Listen, don't forget, hit that subscribe button, and let's grow this channel together, all right? And I'm going to have some merch together. We got stickers right now. I have to get more. And we got t-shirts. If you want Motorcycle Men t-shirt, we got those. I'll put links in the show, in the notes as well. So come on, let's grow this channel. And let me know. I've been thinking about splitting this off from the podcast and creating my own channel out of it, maybe called Ride with Ted or something. Just let me know what you think. Peace out, boys and girls. And remember, we say stupid crap so you don't have to. Bye-bye, boys.